Hi.
Hi, we're live. I checked on
Hello,
Facebook.
everyone.
We are live.
All right, we're live, you guys. Welcome for everyone who is joining us. If you don't know me, hopefully you do if you're on the channel here. I am Amanda. I'm the owner of the Nautical Dog in good old Williamsburg, Virginia. And I'm live today with Jessica Fisher of the Pet Parenting Reset. Thank you so much for coming on today. We've got lots of fun things to talk about. And if you are watching with us, say hi. Hi, Kim. Hi, Julie. Thank you, guys. If you are watching live with us, be sure to comment at any point in time. We are going to do a raffle for someone to win a copy of something. In case if you are in the pet industry and you love pets, you probably have heard of this coming out. We'll have it at the store here in a couple weeks. But if you comment live on that, you are going to get entered in to win a free book from today's episode. And also, if you comment, you will get entered in to win a ticket to the summit. Every time we do one of these lives over the next few months, they are going to accumulate into one, and someone's going to win a ticket to the More You Know Pet Wellness Summit that is sold out. Which is pretty great. So we're excited about that. And one of our sponsors is Jessica. So Jessica, introduce yourself.
I know. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. My name is Jessica, and I have the podcast, the Pet Parenting Reset. So I'm a canine nutritionist, holistic pet health coach, and positive reinforcement dog trainer. And the list just keeps going on and on and on. But the podcast is like my most favorite thing that I do because I get to bring all of these wonderful people on, veterinarians, pet food brands, sometimes supplements, but on to help educate pet parents. And it's just been so incredibly rewarding and fulfilling. And that's why I wanted to talk to your audience about like empowering themselves, which is kind of what we're talking about today, because I see everybody joining. By the way, thank you so much.
Hi,
Are you
guys.
doing the hashtags or are we just doing?
We're just gonna.
Okay. All right.
It's too much. We want to keep things easy and
All right.
today. So just comment, tell us you're here. If you have questions, and
Yeah.
this is not a Q&A, but feel free to ask questions. We'll do our
Yeah.
best.
I love questions. Please comment. And I mean, at least say hi. Andrea, Michelle, Kelly, Julie, Kim, thank you so much for being here. I see y'all on Facebook. And yeah, so again, if you're not familiar with the podcast, the Pet Parenting Reset, I do have all kinds of wonderful guests on. I just asked Amanda, she'll be on at some point in the future. Hi, Diana. Suffolk. My mom lives in Suffolk. Hey, Karen. Thanks so much for being here. So, yeah, today's episode is Dr. Jeff Feynman. So lots of wonderful holistic veterinarians. Recently had Roxanne Stone on from Solutions Pet Products. So it's really become like this like hub of education is what I've been trying to create with it. And the reason, as I was saying, is because we're in this really weird state right now where we are losing veterinarians at like an astronomical rate. And we don't have as many of them coming into vet school. It is becoming harder and harder and harder, not just to find a vet that resonates with you, but actually to find a vet, period, to get an appointment at your veterinarian's office. And one of my biggest things that I try to get across to people is that we are overutilizing our veterinarians. Like, I love them to death. Please don't get me wrong. Like, I don't care if it's a traditional medicine veterinarian. I may not agree with everything that they do or say, but who, what they are trained to do, if something acute comes on, if my dog is hit by a car, like there's a rattlesnake bite, right? Like I am rushing to the veterinarian's office. They are trained in emergency medicine. They can do all of these wonderful things, diagnostics, lab work. That is really like the best way to utilize our veterinarians. But so many of us are, again, overutilizing them. So we want them to do everything. Like
my vet loves my midnight messages from me. I am sure. So, Angela, you're not watching, but if you are watching, sorry.
Well, but I mean, if there's an emergency, there's an emergency, right? Like, and that is where we want to have these relationships with our veterinarians. But we've gotten to a point, I personally feel like we're asking them to do everything for our pets, and we blindly trust everything they say and do a lot of us just kind of blindly do everything they tell us to do. And it's so empowering when we take a step back as a pet parent and say, this is my animal, this is my responsibility.
Mhm.
I am like the top of the tree. Like I am their biggest advocate. I am their voice. I know them better than anyone else in this entire world. And my veterinarian is part of my team.
Correct.
And that's really where I feel like we can find so much peace with what we're doing when we actually build a team, a healthcare team, or and I say a healthcare team, but this can include our groomers and boarding facilities if we use boarding facilities, though I don't love that. If we're dog walkers, pet sitters, our veterinarians, pet
Your
health
local pet
coaches.
store?
Yeah, yes, your local pet store is part of that because so again, one of the things that I notice is that most people are just have this like blind faith in my veterinarian is telling me to feed this bag of food and I will only ever feed this for the rest of my pet's life. And that is like the absolute worst thing we can do. On the flip side, our pet stores are, especially our indie pet stores, like what you have, Amanda, are actively trying to re-educate, kind of loosen the holds of the indoctrination that we have gotten for the past, I don't know how many decades, from marketing of pet food. And so, yes, you are a very important part of the team that we're building to care for our pets, to help us with information to care for our pets. And so, oh, Julie, thank you so much for saying that.
Hi,
You love the
Julie. We get
podcast.
two Julies. Two Julies are in the room. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
You again. Don't forget, guys, if you're watching, comment, tell us you're here. You could win a book. You could win a ticket.
Please. Yes. And I'm curious how many people watching have a ticket and how many are hoping to win the ticket. So comment that and let us know as well.
Yes. If you do not
Um,
have a ticket and you want one, comment, please.
yes. So what I found, because I was that person, I was that pet parent that I basically lived, like my paycheck went to my veterinarian and I basically lived in the veterinarian and I had a lot of pets. So, there was always something going on.
How many pets do you
And
have? You just have one right now, right?
I have 1 dog and 4 cats right now.
Okay.
So, what year was it? 2010 when I met my husband. I had 12 cats and no dogs. And so it's kind of trickled down and now I'm at 4 cats and 1 dog. We had 2 dogs
Not
for a little while.
me with my 11 animals in my house.
But I mean, they make your house a home. So,
They make it that and more. It's like a zoo. So, and then all the cats at the store too. So,
mhm.
yes,
Yes.
my vets, they hear from me probably more often than they would like to. A lot
But
of
I
seniors,
mean,
so there's that.
yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
and mine are all my cats are all seniors and my dog is like on the cusp of being a senior. So it's very important to utilize them for what they're good for, right? For what they know, for what they understand. And I get my cats and my dog, they get their blood work done every 6 months because they are seniors. And I mean, I don't skimp on these things because it's really important and it's data that I need and can use. But what I found was even though so I was that person. I was that person that was constantly in my vet's office. I did all of the annual vaccines. I did all of the flea and tick meds. I was in Virginia, so I don't know what the deal was there, if they're still doing it, quarterly dewormers for all of my animals, which I would never do now. But I bought 4 different types of Royal Canin that my vet sold because all of my cats needed a different type of food, right? And it was it was such a paradigm shift when I got dogs and I adopted a dog that had seizures. She was a hot mess. First of all, when I adopted her, she had a mammary tumor. All of the teeth were rotting out of her mouth. She was scared to death of everything and everyone. And so I had a ton of like work that the vet had to do right up front to just kind of get her to a state where she wasn't miserable all the time. But with her seizure disorder, she was on medication, and I realized I just on a whim, literally was like, I hadn't found Dr. Becker, I hadn't found Rodney yet, I hadn't found anybody online. Just on a whim, I was like, I guess I was feeling motherly and, not having kids of my own. And I was like, I want to cook food for them. And so I started cooking food for them. And my dogs, like, this is just one instance, but my dog's seizures stopped. And from that moment forward, I was like, there is something to this. And I have just kept learning ever since. But that realization was that something I did that my vets never suggested or recommended made such a huge difference in my pets' lives. It was so empowering. And I want other pet parents to feel that same way, to like have some sort of like epiphany in their life that they made a decision that completely changed the quality of their pets' lives, and realize that I as my pet's caregiver can do so much more for my pet than what society has led me to believe I can do.
No, and I think, speaking to what you just said, that's kind of how the summit that I'm hosting came about is, and for those, most of you guys know, but for those of you who are now just joining us, the More You Know Pet Wellness Summit, that we're going into the second year of it. And we have, veterinarians, experts, lots of people in the pet industry talking. Last year we had Dr. Judy Morgan here. We had Angela Ardolino and Billy. This upcoming year we've got Billy and Angela. They're both returning. We've got Dr. Katie Woodley. She's amazing holistic veterinarian. Love her. Obviously the Karen Becker. I mean, she is the holistic vet, and Rodney. But that's why we started this event, is so you can go and you can learn from it. And if you go and you're going to get so much information that it's almost too much information. But if you take one thing from that and it can help your pet live 1 week longer than it would have if they wouldn't, like, we all look back at our pets that we've lost for, various reasons, but we always wish that we could have an extra week with them. And like, you can just learn so much. I think, last year when we had Dr. Judy Morgan out, she talked a lot about, flea and tick products, and people were just mind blown. You just don't, I talk about it in the store all the time. My staff talks about it in the store all the time. I have 11 animals. I don't use any, flea and tick products other than natural stuff. And guys, with 11 animals, I don't have anything. And I live in the woods, in the country, very rural area. My dogs go outside in a fenced in yard. And I don't know. I think the whole idea of like what you're saying is take something from it, learn something, and just, kind of empower yourself too. I see we have a couple questions. Diana, Diana just asked if there are any veterinarians near Suffolk that you recommend. Jessica does not live here.
I know. I honestly, like, I don't think I could recommend my mom's vet.
Diana, you're not, you're Suffolk. There's nothing like super close to you, but if you're looking for a holistic, you have a couple options. Joy Chi holistic veterinarian. They are, I believe they're in Hampton. We've also got in Virginia Beach. We've got the Healing Center. I forget. Center for Animal Healing. And then obviously we've got some in Richmond as well. Dr. Marr here, she is also a holistic veterinarian. And in terms of regular there are some great in Williamsburg veterinarians that are Western veterinarians that will, help you with your holistic journey as well. So, but come by the store and I can talk to you about that, or shoot me an email.
Yeah. And there are so many like tips for choosing a veterinarian, because we don't all have access to a local holistic or even integrative veterinarian. And I know I've talked to quite a few of them on my podcast and just asked them, like, okay, if you're looking for a new vet, what are some of these questions that you should be asking? Because the reality is that some of us may wind up with multiple veterinarians. We may have like a Western med vet to do all of our labs and for emergencies, and then consult with a holistic or integrative vet, or it's about building a team. And I mean, honestly, there are Western med or allopathic veterinarians that are not going to be okay with that. And you know what? Then okay, we don't need to have a relationship. But that's another one of the things that I really love to talk to so many veterinarians about, is about building that connection and about building that communication and creating the relationship with your veterinarian, because so many of us just walk in and walk out. I'm coming in, I just need the shots and the pills, and I walk right back out, and we don't ever create that relationship with them. And they're human, just like we are. Like, they're no better than us, we're no better than them. And just like talk to them and get to know them and ask them questions about them and their family, and be like, a person with them.
And I think they are, like you said, they are humans, and they got into the industry because they love animals, and they can't help it that a lot of them have been burned out.
Oh yeah, for sure, because
There's too many pet parents, not enough vets.
There absolutely are. So, and that kind of brings up the second part of empowering yourself.
Started round one, y'all.
Round one. No. So there is Dr. Ruth Roberts is another one of the sponsors of the More You Know Pet Wellness Summit, which we are all so stinking excited for this year. And she is an integrative veterinarian. She no longer practices, but she educates. So she has a certification program. And I'm bringing this up for two reasons. One, there are holistic pet health coaches that are available to you now. And this is a pretty new idea in the veterinary world. It's the first certification of its kind. It is accredited. So if you are a veterinarian or a registered vet tech and you're listening to this, you can get 40 credit hours for continuing education for taking this course. So it's very substantial. There's a lot of information in it. There's a lot to learn, and she covers a lot of more holistic modalities and traditional Chinese medicine. And so there are holistic pet health coaches available to you now. They are absolutely not there to replace your veterinarian, but they are there to help you with recommendations that are more holistic in nature for whatever you and your veterinarian have worked out. So you have gone to the vet, you've gotten all of your labs done, testing done, and you have a diagnosis, and you're like, okay, they've given me all of these, allopathic treatments, and I may or may not want to do them, or maybe I want to do some of them and not others of them, or maybe you're looking for more holistic options to incorporate in. And so these pet health coaches can help you with that. Also, you can become one. So
I'm going to pop up a for anyone who's wanting to know. Actually, I don't know where. I'll drop a link in there later about how to join and all that stuff.
Yes, and if you're coming to the event in July, we'll have a booth and QR codes for you to scan and all the things to make it really, really easy for you. But it's a program that you really don't have to have any background. She teaches you everything that you need to know, and she mentors you afterwards, so you're not left kind of, now what do I do? There's a lot of support going on, because it's a lot to learn, understandably. So kind of two avenues to talk about there. One being, this is another service that you can utilize to build that team for your pet if you have no inclination in doing this yourself. Or if it is something that you're like, I am so passionate about pets, I have been looking for a way to make this a career. Or you have a pet store and you want to have somebody certified in, under your roof, or you have a vet clinic and you want to have one of your techs certified as, having access to this information for other more holistic modality. Like, there's so many ways to go about it, depending on who you are and what your needs are. But it really is an incredible.
Emily, we've got some some people. I just see Lauren just popped on. So shout out to Lauren. Lauren owns Girls Gone Raw. For those of you who shop in the store, the little furry things in the store the dogs like to chew on, those are from them. But anyways, they're going to be a sponsor for the event. And Lauren's going to be on here in a couple weeks, you guys. So stay tuned for that. Back to what you were saying, though, in terms of, even just doing it for yourself. I just think if you're a pet parent and you have the ability to, like, we all have an ability to learn more. So whether it's taking courses that she has, there's so many courses. I mean, there's free things out there available to you too. There's all the books. We need to learn more, and everything is always evolving too. Like, things change. Some of the stuff that I did 5 years ago, I would never do now. And vice versa, so you're always learning. And so that's where I think, with the new book coming out from Roddy and Karen, that one's going to have recipes in it, which is going to be great. And, as much as I'm all about ease of things, it might be nice to make something sometimes. So the course, I think, would be, even if you don't want to do it, for business purposes, I think it would be great just to do it for yourself and just so more to help your own pets. So
there are other veterinarians with courses that do not offer certifications that are at the same price point. So I think the support is relatively similar, but the big difference with Dr. Roberts' course is that she is teaching you and setting you up to have a business. And you're not going to find that anywhere else, in anything else I've seen. So that's a big
great herself. So she knows a lot.
She does. So, but like, just empowering yourself with it is the one thing that nobody can take away from you. As my dog barks. Barking confirmation is what that is. Nobody can take that away from you once you know it, once you learn it. And there are lots of wonderful veterinarians out there, including Dr. Judy Morgan, who you had at the summit last year, Dr. Katie Woodley, who's going to be there this year. I am Katie is one of my absolute favorite people in the whole world. I'm so excited that you got her to get up on stage this year, because I know I was talking to her the other day and she's like, I'm so nervous. I'm like, really fine.
It's okay. For my 2-second thing I've got to talk about, I get it. No, Katie's just so she's just so real, and I think those of you who are coming to this summit, I think you'll be able to really resonate and understand what she's saying, because she says it like it is. She doesn't use a bunch of fancy terms for things, and she's just, if this speaks to you and you can use it and it helps your pets, great. If you don't, leave it,
Yeah, she's incredible. And she's so calm. That I think I say that to her every time I see her. I'm like, I just love how calm you are. I just want to be in this bubble of calm that you have.
I don't think anyone says I'm calm if you that is not a term that is used for me.
Yeah, no, me neither. I get that. But so and that's, I think, one of the reasons to start off talking about this, because your event is all about empowering pet parents and helping them to understand so that they can make better decisions. And for me, that the most fundamental thing that we can do for our animals is to feed them a better diet. And whether that is something you make yourself or something you buy commercially, I'm going to be real honest with you. I am a nutritionist and I wish I could make my dog's food, but I am not in that season of life. I have about this many companies that I buy from, because those are the companies I trust. And I know that food is at least as good, sometimes even better than what I think I could currently provide to my animal with what I have available to me locally. So it's not about oh, you have to feed this way or you have to feed that way. It's just about feeding better, feeding fresher. Even if that's just adding fresh foods to a kibble diet that you have, because as Rodney and Karen have taught us, and we'll hope, I know we're going to find out more in a couple of weeks when their new book comes out, is that there is so much power in just replacing 20% of the bowl.
Yes. I mean, Katie says it all, Dr. Katie says it all the time, though, you cannot out supplement a bad diet. There's not enough medication in the world to fix a bad diet. It's just like you going to the gym. Like, you cannot eat McDonald's every day and go to the gym and be the epitome of health. And food makes a difference. I think the biggest thing when you come into the store, buy food from me, buy from wherever, it doesn't make a difference to me, but like, read the labels, read your bag, know where it's coming from. I think a lot of people are so shocked when they turn over the bag of ingredients and they're like, I had no idea that was in my pet's food, or I didn't know Mars owned, the food that I make. If you've been in the store before, y'all have all seen my big old posters in the store that says who makes, what food, and it's crazy. Do your research. Like, don't trust me, don't trust you, don't trust your neighbor, your vet. Please stay off Google. Like, do your own research. And like, again, this is where we're talking about empowering, yourself and being your pet's advocate. So
I know. Even I will let y'all in on a little secret. Even my Chat GPT, I have seasoned it with my blogs that I have written so that it only gives me holistic answers.
How smart of it. AI is working at its finest.
Because you don't know what you get on, like, you have to have, obviously, you're online and you find websites that you come to know and trust and rely on. But even I just learned, I don't know why I'm just learning this. I did a live yesterday that BC Hinchin, if y'all aren't familiar with him, he's incredible, and has been around the pet food industry for decades, was chiming in on, and because I'm like, I don't have any idea who owns Dog Food Advisor. And he's like, yeah, it's venture capital now. Like, how many pet parents have been relying on Dog Food Advisor, that website, for years and years and years and years and years? And
well, that's a lot of stuff I can't say on a live, but if you come into the store.
I know. I don't mind. I'll say whatever. And but yeah, it's like a venture capital firm owns it now. Like, it's this huge,
and they're feeding information. You can like pay to be the top, which is crazy. Like, a lot of these places are, I mean, fun fact, I won't like enter any contest or any type of thing that I have to pay to be a part of. And I don't think that people realize how much stuff you have to pay to be a part of. They're like, oh, well, it said on this website, this is the best. I'm like, oh, if you have enough money, you can make yourself be to the top of that list.
Yeah, just like placement in the grocery store, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to read some of these comments. It is encouraging to hear that, because sometimes it is hard to get into homemaking meals. I just try to pick the best commercial foods. That's what I do too, and know how to read labels. I'm so happy to have found the Nautical Dog. Yay! I know. You know what? I'm gonna just publicly say, like, I'm gonna thank Billy for last year was like, you need to go meet Amanda. And now I love Amanda to death. Like, I say now, as soon as I met her, I love her to death. And her store is absolutely amazing. I'm from there, but I don't live around there. And so I have seen quite a few stores traveling, and you have like the most beautiful laid out store. I absolutely love it. So you guys in Williamsburg that have access to this, are you like, truly, you are so lucky.
Oh,
I wish I lived there just to shop there.
Well, it doesn't hurt that I have 11 animals, and I always say, if I wouldn't give it to my own pets, I wouldn't sell it. And I've had all types of ages and issues with dogs and cats that I've probably seen almost everything, and it's nice to have some options. And I like to keep the store pretty, and I want to enjoy where I come to work every day, and I want people to want to shop here. It's I've spent almost 18 years doing this, which is wild. So I'm a real grown up now.
You're
You know?
welcome. I know the wallpaper proves it. So
Yes, I've now entered the wallpaper stage of my life, everyone. Welcome to my new office. Hi, Kim.
so I don't know how long you want these to go, but
Does anyone have any questions about anything? And if you're joining us, say hi, because remember, this book, oh gosh, I can't
uh,
in front of my camera.
there you
But
go.
we're gonna raffle off one. I am going to at the very end of this, after we're over, I will randomly pick a winner. We'll drop it in the comments. But Julie, oh yes, Julie, you do drive a little ways here, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's really appreciative. Oh, hello, Jess, all the way from New Hampshire. And
Hi.
Kim Davis is in the comments here, and she says she cannot wait to meet you, Jessica. Kim owns Natural Pet Essentials that is in Charlottesville, Virginia. So just like
Nice.
a little over 2 hours. She recently had her event out there, and Dr. Ruth was there. So I actually got to meet Dr. Ruth in person, which was really cool. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet everyone too. And okay, let's just do a quick rundown of who all is going to be at the event in case people don't know for some
Yes.
reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So speakers for Saturday, we've got Billy Hookman from Green Juju. We've got Katie Woodley. She is the natural pet doctor, as we've been talking about here. Great holistic vet she's in Colorado, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
We have Angela Ardolino from CBD Dog Health and Myco Dog. She will be one of our speakers. We've got Rodney Habib and Karen Becker. So yeah, that's that. But wait, there's more. So this year we added something fun to the event, which is for the next day in the morning, we're doing a morning coffee talk Q&A, and we have the BK Pets and the two crazy cat ladies. So not leaving my cat people out, you guys. BK Pets, they also just came out with a great book that we've got in the store here. I don't have it with me, but it's called The Modern Pet Parent, and that's another really good, just empowering. Things don't need to be as hard as I think we make them to be. So, hi Kelly. Yes, Kelly was here last year.
Well, make sure to come say hi.
Julie, yes, that is dog wallpaper behind me here. It's peel and stick. It's great.
Yes. So first, Jay and Adrian are absolutely incredible human beings. If none of y'all have had a chance to actually meet them in person yet, they are literally like walking love bombs. They are absolutely incredible people. And I can't wait for them to do the coffee talk. Of course, Bryce and Kinsey are too. I don't mean to leave them out. They're absolutely wonderful people as well, and I love them to death. But Jay and Adrian are so wonderful. They truly, truly, truly just care about you and your cats, and that is it. And it is the most incredible thing to see, and might show up as a surprise. Oh, I don't know.
Kelly, where have you been? I announced that they were coming like a couple months ago. Didn't we talk about this? Maybe we didn't. I don't know. Yeah, no, they're gonna do the morning coffee talk, and they will be at the actual event. They will be there as guests, but they will be there. So paparazzi, you can get your picture cameras out.
Yeah.
And they're again super down to earth. Just they have their Q&As all the time on Facebook. If you go to Two Crazy Cat Ladies, they have a website too. Tons of information for cat owners. And if you have a cat, I have a lot of cats. And as you all know, we have the cat cove in the store with all the adoptable cats. Cats are hard. They are harder than dogs. They're so picky. They have so many more issues. Like, they're hard. They're hard. Y'all, I've got an 18-year-old cat in my store that will eat baby food and one different can of food. And I have an entire store of things to try on him. And I can't get him to eat anything else. And so they're great resources, for help or advice. And yeah, they're great.
Do you carry feline essentials?
I do. I have some of it. I don't have their full line, but I do.
Okay. Yeah. They have some of the best supplement. Like,
yes.
I am quicker to supplement with a cat than I am with a dog, just because it's harder to change a cat's diet to get them to eat the things that I want them to eat. And their line is my go-to. Like, literally, I use it. last,
You used them over in the cat cove as well.
what was it? I don't remember. It was over a year ago. I got really, really sick and like really, really sick. And I got pink eye while I was sick. And I used Oxycat and got rid of it.
For yourself?
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yes.
Hey, we eat like half of the dog cookies and stuff in the store, and yeah, supplements too. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Hey, good to know that. I did not know that. We used the Vira X in the cat cove a lot because if you know that cats in
It's like
colony
magic.
they get stressed out, their eyes ooze and get all congested, and yeah,
Yeah.
great stuff.
So Adrienne she can't go more than a couple of days without taking Catalyst because of her arthritis. Like she doesn't even know she has arthritis when she's taking it.
Really?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I love that line so much is because I can use it for my cats, I can use it for my dogs, and I can use it for me. And like what more can you ask from a product that you're buying, right? So same thing with CBD Dog Health and Micro Dog.
Yes, I use CBD Dog Health all the time. It's it's great stuff. I use it for my dog who had seizures, and I say had because since she's been on CBD Dog Health for the past 2 years, she's not had a seizure since. But yeah, it's pretty fantastic. And we did the gamut of all the drugs and stuff before. Yeah, I mean, again, when you're using human grade items, you can't get better than that.
Right.
Diana has a question for you, Jessica.
Yes. So, first and foremost, but if I had to choose, I hate choosing one brand of dog food. I'm gonna give you my top 5 brands of dog food.
Okay, can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
1 second. Variety is key, you guys.
Yes.
When I say that I feed everything from the freezers in the store, I feed everything from the freezers in the store.
Yes.
Unless there's a dog with issues.
Please rotate. Rotate proteins, rotate vegetables, rotate brands, rotate even with your supplements, rotate your brands.
Yeah.
Please rotate. And controversial, but I firmly believe not everyone needs a probiotic.
No, I don't give my dogs all probiotics. No, I only give it to the ones who need it.
So okay, my favorites are Green Juju, Viva Raw, Goodness Gracious, Bones & Co. and Evermore. Those are my favorites. But supplements, I'm not a big supplement person. Not at all. Like if I'm working with somebody and especially if they have a list of like 20 supplements, I'm like, girl, we're stopping. We're going to pull all of this back.
Yes.
Pull all of this back. And if I had to choose one supplement that I think is good for anyone, almost anyone, it would probably be a full spectrum hemp extract, and or my favorite essential oil from Animalio. I don't know if you carry Animalio, but no, you don't. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up. You don't care.
Hey, there's lots of big world of lots of products. Stores only but so big.
Yeah, and Animalio is the only veterinary grade essential oil I'm aware of. Dr. Melissa Shelton she creates and blends everything and sources all of the oils. And again, a product that I can use on my dog, on my cat, and on me. I actually posted a number of years ago. I will use a product that she has called Kitty Boost. It's fabulous for like every cat ever. But I'll use it on my dog too because I have a small dog, so it works just as well on my dog. And then I use it on my abdomen when I have cramps.
Interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
Kelly, you asked about solutions. I love solutions.
Yes, I always forget them because I can't get them here in Texas, but they are.
Yes, you can't get them.
I can't.
That's no fun.
I know.
Yes.
Like Texas has its own distribution. Like there's the East and the West, and then Texas has its own. And so we always get things last, and we're very, very last.
It's not fair. I'm so sorry.
No.
We have access to most things. There's some stuff that West Coast has that we don't have, but overall, I think we do.
Yeah.
trying to keep,
I would love to try Solutions food
Well,
because
you're going to be here in July. You can. Oh, no, you have to fly. Never mind.
I have to fly. I
Never
know.
mind.
Diana just bought Solutions at Nautical Dog. Isn't that wonderful?
Good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, kefir as probiotics. I give my dog raw goat's milk. That's her probiotic. That's technically her probiotic every day. So I do a modified fast with her. So her breakfast is raw goat's milk, and then she gets her dinner in the evenings. And I rotate as many brands as I can with her, whatever I have access to, whatever I can get, and whatever she will eat, because she is getting older and getting a little more picky. And that's the other thing, that like I am not tied to any one method of feeding. I have been a raw feeder for a really long time, but I also think there's a time and a place for like a gently cooked option, which is why I included Goodness Gracious and Evermore.
Goodness gracious.
I know. Amy's incredible. I heard her speak at Feed Rail last year, and I like literally, okay, so Rodney and Amy both spoke at Feed Rail last year, and I was like, I love you, Rodney, but Amy is blue. She just stole the show.
She was at Kim's event that I went to in April, and I mean, she's got some good facts in there, and I think how they do their gently cooked is so different from everyone else's. It is an amazing product. And so, have you tried the cat with your cats yet?
No, but I am probably going to be ordering that here in the next month or so, because I need to place a dog order anyway. So
my cats are raw fed, and they are very picky. They won't touch cans. They won't touch anything else. I've trained them well, thank goodness. They will eat Goodness Gracious. In fact, the store manager here, her cats are solely eating Goodness Gracious right now, and they've been raw fed too, and they've gotten picky. So for cat food, it's super palatable. Also, Mary Ann, you're coming to the event all the way from Atlanta. That is some dedication. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to have you in the store. So thank you for getting a ticket, and thank you for making the trek to learn some more.
Yeah, excited to meet all of you. Yeah, so my cats love green juju. They are, and I know they don't have cat on the packaging, but we all know that it's balanced for both dogs and cats. My cats love green juju. It is one of, and I think of course, the rabbit with duck liver, the most expensive one, is their favorite.
That's a cat for you.
Of course. Of course. But yeah, no, I'm loving all these questions and loving that so many people already have their tickets. I know some of you said that you did still want a ticket, or that you wanted a ticket for a friend, which is really cool too. And let's see here. Solutions.
Do you have any more questions before we wrap things up? Here's your chance.
Yeah, so if you haven't commented yet, please do, because Amanda is giving away a copy of the Forever Dog Life book to anyone who is here today and commenting is eligible to be put in that raffle. And then over the course of all of the lives that you're doing, you're giving away a ticket. A free ticket.
And also, just kind of say that free ticket is because of you. So whoever wins this ticket, and it will be accumulated through all of the live events. So it's not going to be after today. We will make that announcement the first week of July. But Jessica graciously purchased a ticket for us to raffle off. So thank you so much. That's great. I'm going to pop up here. Let's see. This is your podcast, so watch her podcast. She's got lots of great info on every week on Tuesdays, and just again to learn more. We all need to learn more. Learning is never ending. It is, every day it evolves. We can always learn something else and continue on to help not only our pets but ourselves as well. So, do we have any more questions? If we don't, if you have anything else you want to add?
No, well, just what you just said, I find that to be so true. It's either one or the other. You start to do better for your pets because you started to do better for yourself, and then you looked over at that kibble and was like, what am I doing? Or something happens to one of your pets, you start to do better for them. And eventually you start to realize I need to be taking care of myself just as well. And I think that is something that so many of us miss, that we are not taking care of ourselves well enough. And the reality is, if you're not well enough to live life and be vibrant and healthy, then you're not going to do much good for your pets in the long run because you're not going to be around. So please, everything we're learning,
That went
apply
dark.
it. Apply it to yourself as
Yeah.
well. What's the name of the essential? So Animalio is the brand. It's Animal EO. Yes, Kim's got it in there.
Thank you, Kim.
Yes, I love her essential oils. They're my favorite. I have my own apothecary in there.
Now you got me needing to find another supplement wall because, I don't know when the last time you saw my supplement wall is, but there's no room. But thank you for that.
Well, there may be something that needs to go, Amanda. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all pretty useful.
I'm totally kidding. So Marianne said I started to do better for my dog when he started having seizures last year. I've learned so much and much yet to learn. Yeah, I hope he's doing better. Like Amanda was saying, way back when my dog had seizures, it was the fresh food. I didn't know anything about CBD, I didn't know anything about it. And so I wish I did back then, but now it is an incredible resource. But again, cannot out supplement a bad diet. So as long as you got the diet down, then yes, please go for it with the CBD. So yeah, this was fun. Thank you so much.
He's gonna be here in July, and oh man, it's less than 2 months away. Can you believe it? We've been planning this since the last one. And the next one for next year is already done too, but I'm keeping that tight-lipped until the y'all are gonna get an announcement at the event. So for 2025. So I'm always one step ahead. Trying to be anyways.
There you go. No, you do an absolutely wonderful job. Thank you so much for everything that you do and for putting the events together. And Ruth Ann says her Gracie is 18. That's incredible. I don't know if it's a dog or a cat, but either way, that's a pretty amazing lifespan. So good for you. Good for you. Yeah, it's going to be an absolutely incredible event. I cannot believe it's less than 2 months away. And I don't know how you're going to get all these lives in, but you go, girl.
I'm panicking about all of the things. As much as I talk to people every day doing all these lives, and now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of the event. In case anyone doesn't realize, you probably do, but this event is like putting a wedding on. It's crazy. And I'm doing it while running a store full time. So, and all the other random events that we have here all the time. We still do lots of other seminars and DIYs, and we're always learning here. That's the plan. And we want to keep you as our customers. And if you don't live here, elsewhere too, we want to keep you engaged, always learning, always doing the best for our pets. And yeah, as long as you're trying harder, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And how are you going to notify the winner of the book?
So I will do a random drawing today, and I will comment in the comments with the winner. So, and that'll be for the book. Again, the ticket is at the end of all of the other ones. So, and I hope you guys join me for the next live. I've got a few lined up next week. Get ready, because your Nautical Dog Facebook and YouTube is going to be filled with nothing but lives from me, because I procrastinated to the last minute. That's me for you. So I really appreciate everyone coming. Jessica, thank you for coming. You're always such a wealth of knowledge. I'm also going to drop a link in the comments when we're done here, with a link for how you can sign up for the pet health coach from Dr. Ruth Roberts. If you want to do that as a business or just learn for yourself, it is a great resource tool. So I will put the link to that in the comments as well. As always, you can email me, Facebook. You can contact Jessica as well. So we appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you, and I will see you in July.
I know. I can't wait.
It'll be fun. Good time. Bye, you guys.
Bye.